Good evening, viewers. This night I'm here to talk about the ESN and IPOP in the Southeast. First of all, I have to introduce this message tonight is for the federal government and the the Nigerian military over the issue of IPOP. IPOP, we started hearing about IPOP since 2014. Since then, which is about 12 years now, IPOP has been domiciled in the Southeast. And then the Southeasterners have lived with IPOP for about 12 years now. I can assure you, IPOP have never been a threat to Southeast. See, we're no longer going to shy away or hide. We're no longer going to try to please the Nigerian state anymore. We're no longer going to try to deny the truth or deny the rights of people. We are no longer going to try to accept guilt. Where we are being offended, we will now accept guilt. So I'm standing here tonight to say that IPOP and their ESN has never been a threat to Southeast. They have not done anything that shows that they are a threat to Southeast. All they have done is to push for self-determination. That is a breakaway from Nigeria. That's what IPOP and their ESN is trying to do. And for the ESN is a security outfit they raised. And I'm sure if not for, most of us Igbos, we don't really understand. Most of us don't live in the Southeast. So majorly, the news we get is the few news we get from people at home, few of us that are still in the East, and then from the Nigerian media. And I must tell you that the Nigerian media is sponsoring a civil war in disguise in the Southeast by their reports. And the Nigerian media has been at war with the Southeast since 1966 because it was actually the media that caused the war. And we're not going to shy away from discussing this historic events or historical events that happen in this country. The more we are afraid of going into this discussion, the more it harms us as a people and as a nation. The truth of the matter is, let me digress a little bit. What caused the war? Christian, welcome. What caused the first civil war? What caused the war was simple. Propaganda. Some excited military men decide to carry out a coup in Nigeria. And that coup, from what we can gather, is to free Awolowo from prison. Well, the coup was foiled. I'm not going to start praising, the Igbos foiled the coup. No. The militaries foiled the coup. Because this tribalistic sentiment is also what is causing all this problem. Boom! The Nigerian media termed it Igbo coup. That was actually what caused the war. The war, because that coup was never the first coup that had been foiled in Nigeria. In fact, recently we had that a coup was foiled. Recently, nobody has told us the names of the Q plotters. It was not named any Q. Emmanuel Igwe, Emma, welcome. Thanks for joining me. So, after from 1966 to date, Nigerian media again. No tribe in the will take what the Igbos have taken from us. They've continually intimidated us. They've gone as far as trying to turn us against each other. Politicians, if you don't betray your Igbo tribe, if you're an Igbo person and you are not ready to betray, they won't give you appointment. And that is why it's as if the rest of us are at war with our politicians, with our representatives. Sometimes I make case for them. Do they really have a choice? All right? Okay, moving forward. From 1966 to around what time did Owazirike rise? And the way people embraced Owazirike, you will see that they are hungry to live. They felt they are not welcomed in this country. So they were so hungry to live. Please share the life. Let others join us. They are hungry to leave this country. Now, when Owazirike rose, and of course he was arrested, of course he couldn't carry the weight of the pressure. Of course, he backslided and people left him. And they were still hungry, looking for an alternative. Until Nnamdi Kanu came around, became aware of IPOP in 2014 when he was arrested. I even saw it as a joke. I didn't take it serious. All right? JJ, good evening. Thank you very much. I didn't take him serious until when I began to pick interest in IPOP was when Nnamdi Kanu went into prison. He stayed there, IPOP. I was so shocked to see that kind of organization. They put up this gallant fight, and then Nnamdi Kanu stood his ground. After he was released from prison and he was given a lot of bail conditions not to speak, not to do this, and he violated them, and he was fiercely talking and addressing people. And I saw the crowd and I saw the support. I said, well, this one looks serious. We begin to support from the behind. What made me support IPOP? Because IPOP said that they want to get their freedom peacefully through democratic means by putting pressures, civil disturbances, which I can authoritatively tell you they have maintained. Because I don't think nobody is in a place to tell you what has transpired in the Southeast from 2021 to date than me. I have traveled far and near, moved everywhere, every look and cranny in the Southeast. I've moved in there to bring a report. So the more I get closer to this, the more I understand what is actually going on. Now, when IPOP rise, the Nigerian media rose. They reported black and white. They reported what is unreportable. There is nothing they did not report. Now, after Nnamdi Kanu was released and his escape from Nigeria, of course, he continued his broadcast, creating awareness. We have peace. Even from 2014, when he was arrested and when the pressure from his people, they were peaceful. I can assure you, nobody will boldly tell you that they've arrested IPOP members before with a gun. While they are protesting. I don't think the military can boldly say they've had a confrontation with IPOP and there is a gun shootout. I don't think they can say that. To be honest with you, I don't think that the Nigerian military or Nigerian government can boldly say that. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu was repatriated from Kenya. I know there is a problem. And before I move